You gotta watch this, folks. This is on Greta Van Susteren. Statement made by Hillary Clinton. I'm trying to do three things at once here, so forgive me if it's not so perfect.
Well, listen to this. Former Secretary of State and potential presidential candidate Hillary Clinton speaking at a foreign policy conference and saying this.
This is what we call smart power, using every possible tool and partner to advance peace and security, leaving no one on the sidelines, showing respect even for one's enemies, trying to understand and, insofar as psychologically possible, empathize with their perspective and point of view, helping to define the problems, determine the solutions. That is what we believe in the 21st century will change the prospects for peace.
And Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North joins us. And just to back up a little bit, she was making a reference to a dispute that two women settled in the Philippines had been going on for 40 years. Nonetheless, that's what she said.
Well, those words coming out of someone who intends to become commander-in-chief are not just naive and utopian. It's irrational. I mean, consider, we're supposed to be using smart power. Sounds more like to me we have no power. And that isn't smart to say as a candidate. I can't think of a presidential candidate who would have said those kinds of things. Think about this. She's urging us to empathize with our enemies. Think about December 7th, 1941, and then FDR going to the Congress of the United States the next day saying, we need to have more empathy.
I don't have to go back to 1941. Think of Boko Haram. Think of James Foley being beheaded by ISIS. Think of all the unbelievably vicious acts. It's just, I've got to think that she's taken out of context. Because I just, in my wildest dreams, I can't think of ever respecting Boko Haram. I'd like to wring their necks personally.
We just watched that. She was reading from her notes. I thought maybe she was just winging it in the Q&A. She was looking down at her notes, and she's talking about respect for entities, enemies, she called them, who behead Christians, who threaten to attack this country, bring the war to us. That's not the kind of thing. First of all, if you're going to run for president of the United States, you cannot talk that way about the people who intend to kill us, who are dying to kill us.
Well, it's sort of interesting. I mean, it sounded like more of a diplomatic Secretary of State statement than for its Secretary of Defense or a president. And she's considered sort of too hawkish for many in the Democratic Party. And I'm thinking to myself, that was anything but hawkish.
Well, that's not just some little tilt to the left.
No, it's
the so-called does.
This
is capitulation. This is unilateral disarmament. This is the kind of thing that says, gosh, if we just disarmed, if we were nice to people, it's Obama.
If I'm ever able to moderate a debate in presidential and she's running, I want to know. I would ask her about this statement, and I'd ask her about Boko Haram. I'd ask her about the president of Sudan, Bashir, who's under indictment for genocide. I got a whole list, and ask her to explain it.
Yeah, well, this is not someone who's a write-in candidate. She just wrote off being president of the United States.
Colonel North, nice to see you as always. Thank you.
Well, that was Hillary Clinton.
Climate change scares me.
All right.
But it can hurt.
This is more like what Hillary Clinton is.
To introduce myself, I'm a man well until I've been around for a long year. So many a man's soul away. I was around when Jesus Christ had his moment down with me. Made damn sure the pilot washed his hands, sealed his face. Pleased to meet you. Hope you get my name.
That's about it, gang. That's your typical leftist, socialist, communist, people that are screwing up our world today. Let me spin this around and get it back over here. I hate this thing when I have to do this way, but it's all I got, so you got to deal with it. But there it is. Hillary comes out just like any other socialist liberal moron, to include, who's that guy? Hope and Change? Yeah. So I got a pen and a phone, and we're going to legalize 5 million illegal aliens. Yeah. John Kerry in the Middle East, between Syria and Iran and all that. What's he say? Global warming is the worst thing that could ever happen to the world. It's worse than this. As he sells out America on these talks that have been going on for eons with Iran about nuclear power, basically tossing Israel under the bus. This is your typical leftist socialist, communist. And what Ollie North just said, basically, we need to hammer in 2016 if Hillary Clinton decides to run for president. We need to have sympathy and empathy for our enemies. Oh, ISIS, Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda, the guys that flew the planes into the Twin Towers, the guys that are over there beheading innocent civilians, besides murdering thousands of their own people because of a religious difference. You've heard me on this rant forever. How many times have we seen this stuff go off? And the liberalist socialist news media gives it all a pass or puts up mea culpas for it. Excuse after excuse after, well, she didn't really mean that. She meant something else. How many times have you heard me say, boo, you know what? I ain't been on this earth for 68 years. Watched this crap since I first was sitting there and volunteering for the Nixon Lodge campaign back in the 60s in Philadelphia, and watched the backroom politics and the BS. And trust me, neither side is innocent. Don't forget that. You know me, I'll slam both of them. But see, this is where America has gotten today. We should just have more sympathy, more empathy, kumbaya time for people that have an agenda that basically all they want to do, shoot you, kill you, stab you, behead you. Who was it? Her husband sat there and sold out a lot of secret stuff that we had in the military to the Chinese when he was in office.
No.
It's just, time after time after time. You're getting sold out. You're getting sold down the road. Then you wonder why people are preppers. Then you wonder why people don't trust government. And unfortunately, the bulk of you out there have your head up your butt or in the sand, or like a couple of my kids, I don't want to talk politics. You got to think about it. And it's funny because when you run up against a liberal and you start slapping them in the face with facts, documentation, first thing they're going to do is call you a liberal, a racist, a hypocrite, a bigot. You don't have any feelings. You're just cold and unfeeling. It's like they want to take the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States, and the Bill of Rights, and just stick it in the trash can, baby. We don't need this. I will go to my grave fighting for that. I will fight for the Declaration of Independence. I will fight for the Constitution of the United States. I will fight for the Bill of Rights. I will call out these liberal, socialist, communist sons of bitches in the United States and around the world, anywhere I can, for their agenda.
oh, according to Hillary, let's have a little empathy and sympathy. Let's see. How about, did they do that when Adolf Hitler wiped out 11 million Jews? Did they do that when Joe Stalin wiped out 60 million of his own people? Or how about Red China during World War II and afterwards? And even to today, they're still wiping out their own kind. North Korea. Any other of these 10 Hitlers? Besides the oldest, currently, since, what, 700 AD, 1400 years of Islam, their Quran, their 108 verses of violence, kill them or convert them. Yeah, Europe's learning about that the hard way right now, aren't they? Sharia law, honor killings, molestations. But see, people like Hillary Clinton want to, oh, we have to have empathy for them. We have to look at it from their point of view. I got news for you. If I walk into a place and there's a guy with a gun or a knife that's going to try and harm me, I ain't going down without a fight. I'm going to do the best I can. Take that son of a bitch out permanently. If I had it my way, I'd be like the old Sicilian Italian mafia. You try and kill me, I'll kill you back, I'll kill your wife, I'll kill your kids, I'll kill your uncles, I'll kill your aunts, I'll kill your cousins. As far back as I gotta go. So that I don't have to walk through the rest of my life with my eyes behind my back, seeing who's coming up behind me to try and do damage to me. But you want to buy this bull crap that Hillary Clinton's putting out, or Barack Obama's putting out, or the rest of these socialist, leftist, democratic morons putting out, more power to you. Old Skippy ain't going to buy it. And if you buy the BS, they sit there and say, Fox News is prejudiced. Really? You don't hear too much of this stuff on NBC, ABC, CBS, CNN, MSNBC, and the rest of them. They bury it. They cover for these people because they're as guilty as sin. And trust me, Fox don't get it right all the time either. But they sit there and pull this crap. And then you go on the internet. The internet's the only place anymore where you'll get facts. Yep, there's some conspiracy stuff out there, I truly admit. Some stuff goes over the line. I mean, I even have issues with Glenn Beck, Alex Jones, Rush Limbaugh, and a few of the others. Jesse Ventura is the biggest whack job I've come to see lately. But if you buy Hillary Clinton's crap, yeah, she'll be the president in 2016. It will have 4 more years of leftist socialist stuff. The only time she comes towards the center is looking for a vote. You've heard me say it time and again. Once a politician gets elected, the only thing they care about is getting reelected. They'll say anything. They'll take money from any organization to accomplish that. They'll lie to you right to your face with a straight face. That is a truck driver's opinion. Later, guys.